Hello, on today's a little bit shorter episode of Thinking is Infinite, we talk about my dad's airline experience. We talk about personal hygiene, Wendy's fries, and different flags as well as the Olympics. And my thoughts on that. Anyway, let's get started on the podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the Thinking is Infinite podcast with Joe.
And John.
And today, we'll be talking about why we were actually kind of 2 days behind.
Yeah, we're 2 days behind, and one of the reasons was I was given an amazing birthday gift to fly down and see my parents. My wife got me airline tickets. I haven't seen my parents in an awfully long time, especially since the pandemic started. So it was such an amazing opportunity to just take a little extended weekend and to see them, and just got to relax and just got to spend time with them. And I watched my dad's softball game. He's still playing softball. Cool. He got 2 hits. They didn't win, but it was a lot of fun to see him playing. And
I didn't know your dad still played softball.
He does. Your grandpa plays softball still. I mean, he's excellent. He's the leadoff hitter. He's one of the fastest guys out there. It is a lot of fun to watch. It really is
interesting.
And if I sound a little hoarse and tired, it's unfortunately. The only thing that went wrong on the whole trip was the way home. So, Joe, now imagine you check your bag, okay? So the bag goes onto the airplane, right?
Okay.
You grab your boarding pass. You've done this, right?
Yeah, I've done
And what's
it
the
before.
last thing? You have to hand it to someone and they scan it, right?
Yeah, that's what you do last.
So we are 2 feet from the jetway to walk onto the plane.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, my ticket buzzer goes off. She grabs the tickets, the 2 tickets, and rips them right in front of me. Right in front of us.
Why did it do that? Like, did it, like, was it, like, invalid or whatever?
Well, she goes, "You're not taking this flight today." And then she did it to, like, other people. Like, there was about 12 other people on that plane that were not getting on, that bought tickets. So, we found out...
Did they overbook?
Yes, they overbooked the flight.
So, I've actually heard of that before. They actually do that quite a lot, I think.
have never experienced anything like that in my life.
Oh, they actually do that. They overbook flights. They'll usually book slightly more seats so that if, like, someone doesn't come, or, like, if other people don't come, the plane will be full. Sometimes they even double book flights, and they'll literally force people to get out of their seats. Like, even when they're on the plane, they'll force them to get out of their seats and book a different plane.
That is the most obnoxious thing any airline can do. And they were so disinterested in helping out at that point. So, anyway... Yeah, I don't want to get into all the details because it was a really annoying, difficult experience, and the airline Frontier really gave us a hard time. But there's people that have destinations, they have families to go home to, they have lives, they have jobs to go to, and you just can't be like, when you buy a ticket, shouldn't there be something in there saying at least that's your seat?
I don't know. They can double book. Actually, double booking is pretty common, actually. They do that quite a lot. I've actually surprised we've never experienced it.
But are there that many people that cancel flights at the last minute?
I don't even know why they do it. I think it's just for profit's sake, and they'll do that, like I said, quite a lot. Sometimes even, like I said, double book the flight. Like the same flight, they put double book it, and they'll often end up, removing people from their seats on the plane. There's plenty of times where they'll have to, like, drag people off the plane because they double booked the flight or whatever. Like, those kind of things happen quite a lot, and it's one of the worst parts of most airlines.
Yeah, I'm really gonna do a strong look at the next time I take any flight is are they prone to overbooking? Because I don't want to ever go through something like that again. I mean, that was very, very difficult. I didn't want to get into all the gory details, but it was not fun. So anyway, Again, this is the Thinking is Infinite podcast. We are so happy that you're here to join us on it. And remember, if you like what you're hearing, definitely share it, rate us. We enjoy listening. We enjoy reading the comments section, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. We enjoy that a lot.
And it's been a little more than a week, but every episode we have. We talk about Joe and some of his obstacles and the things he's overcome with his special need, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. We talk about that every episode.
Yeah. So what we do is generally we talk about we talk about things with each other, and we kind of say, all right, what would you like to talk about this week? And Joe, why don't you tell the audience what you wanted to talk about this week?
Okay. So actually, what I've been wanting to talk about is my showering and deodorants, or more specifically, my morning routine as a whole. More like, it's always been a bit of a challenge to get used to a routine and to stick with it.
Now, is it been a challenge? Now, granted, we're talking about one small subject, the hygiene category, right?
Okay, yeah.
But have you found it sometimes difficult to start new routines in general, or is it more just self-care?
In general, really, I find it more of a challenge to start new things, start new habits and things. Like, once I get into a habit, it's very difficult to pull me out of it. It takes a long time of memory, me doing the task over and over and over again in order to get me out of that habit.
Mm-hmm.
So
what are some now? Obviously, you're a teenager now, and when you get up in the morning, if you shower the night before, you still have to put deodorant on. You still have to, take self-care. Brush your teeth, brush your hair. So what are the things that you weren't doing previously that you're doing now to remind yourself to do all these things in the morning?
Well, first of all, I've installed alarms on my phone, so that's kind of helped with things. Like actual alarms, like, where they have like a clock section and it'll say like alarm, and you just put an alarm on your phone. And the second thing I've been doing is reminding myself. Like, I'll go into the shower once I remember. Like, the second I remember, I'll go right in rather than waiting, because sometimes I'll try to wait, and that always kind of ends up flopping. So when I remember, I go right in, and I just do it right away. As well as that, I've been working on trying to improve my memory of the tasks, and that usually also helps with like things like writing it down, typing it, those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, it's not only you. I mean, anyone can learn from what you're talking about right now. Yes, we're talking it from a little bit from a special needs standpoint, but this is something that I struggle with. I always run around and go, oh, I have to do this, and then sometimes I just don't do it, or I'm trying to learn to write down a checklist in the morning and get those things accomplished during the day. Mm-hmm. So it's not only you. I mean, a lot of people have those challenges. I do the same thing, and I'm glad you've learned that as soon as it gets in your head, you're not waiting, you're doing it. So you're like, oh, it's my shower time tonight. And then you go right in now, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of before, maybe you would say, oh, let me finish watching this video, or let me finish doing this or doing that. Yeah, and then I'll do it, and then you forget.
Yeah, that's what I often do now. I try to, like, get right in right when I remember. So, like, right when I do it, I'll just go and, do that task right away. It always helps with it because it allows me to kind of not forget and not prolong it until it's too late to do that task. It just kind of helps overall.
You know what I've seen? I've seen a really great idea is also putting a little list in the bathroom so you don't forget what you need to do. Like, okay, number 1, wash my hair. Number 2, get out of the shower, clean my ears, or and just a reminder to. Sometimes you forget to clean your ears. Sometimes you don't get you don't wipe them in there, or get the Q-tip, or however you use it, and or make sure I brush my teeth every night. So the alarms, right? That certainly helped. That helps in the morning, right? To make sure you have deodorant on and stuff. So here's the thing, as you're in the high school ages, people never forget how the aura of someone when they walk in, how they smell, how they look. I mean, it's really important to have a clean appearance, especially now, right?
Yeah, especially because in high school, your body also starts to, you start to sweat more, you start to smell more, and you have to sort of take care of yourself more than when you're, like, younger. Because when you're younger, you don't really need deodorant or one of those, or, like, sprays or whatever, but when you're older, you do, because then your body starts to stink.
Or, what was the things how were you handling the morning when you were forgetting to do this? I know the checklists are now, the alarms on your phone, and what were you doing previously that was making you forget? Were you on your phone in the morning? What were you doing during the time when you woke up? Because I know you're an early riser.
Yeah.
To the point when you went to school.
Well, first of all, it would often be me first of all, I always start me going on my phone, and two, it would usually be, I would usually not do it right away. I'd usually kind of want to wait until, usually my aim would be to do it right after, like, a video or something, but in reality, it wouldn't work that way. I would just kind of keep delaying it until I've just, it's, like, too late to do it, or I have to go to school or whatever, or I have to do something else. So that kind of, idea has kind of gone away over time. Like, it's actually, that whole idea started to fade away pretty recently, because I just got, sick of it, and I just decided, I'm just going to, I have to start to do things right away and not wait, and that type of thing has really helped me a lot.
So let's to recap. So one of the things you're doing is to set an alarm, right?
Yes, that's definitely something I do to help me remember. So that helps with the remembering part. Sorry, I have a bit of a cough too. Anyways, and I've also been, to recap, I've also been remembering to do things right away, writing a checklist, and even, like, typing a checklist for myself too.
That's a great idea. And now, can you give any other tips of advice for a teenager that is changing and is it a night routine? How much of a night routine have you built for yourself as well as a day routine? Have you done night routines as well as just not? I know you say when I need to go, I go and I take a shower.
I feel like with, you have to build a morning and a night routine, because I actually do have a night routine. My night routine actually includes my showering. My showering is not in the morning, it's at night. Mm-hmm. So that's, like, a part of my night routine. Another part is, like, brushing my teeth. I also, like, take my medicine at night and I go to bed. Like, my morning routine, like, brushing my teeth, I also wash my face at night, too, because that's when I take a shower. I wash it while I'm taking a shower, and then, like, in the morning, what I do is I usually, like, eat breakfast, make my lunch, put on my shoes, get dressed, those kind of things.
That's excellent, Joe. I'm really proud of this step you've taken especially over the past year, because I know this has been a challenge, and it's just another hurdle you've overcome, buddy.
Yep.
I'm proud of you.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I hope it can help with someone else who may be challenged with the same issue.
Yeah. Now on to our next segment.
Thank you.
Go. Hey guys, welcome to our next segment, and today we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting that went on. Two things really. The first thing is that Wendy's has actually changed their fries, and I feel like for the better. So, we actually went to Wendy's, this past week, and we got to try their fries. And, I actually heard of the whole hot and crispy thing that they're doing. And, when we went to Wendy's, we tried their fries, and we noticed that they were actually significantly better than they were before. And if you've listened to previous podcasts, Joe absolutely loves, he loves everything about fast food, not only just the food itself. Joe learns and studies and
learns what these companies are doing and what they're going to be doing in the future. So he's constantly letting me know of the next new thing that any fast food is doing, whether it be logistics, whether it be how they handle their drive-through, whether they use a kiosk or something new on the menu. So Joe knew that there was these new fries coming out, and I actually tried one, and they're a heck of a lot better.
Yeah.
What do you so? Now, we had rankings. How would you rank that within the fries that you've already had?
Well, actually, I would probably rank them like number 2 or number 3, maybe. Because they actually, they really did improve their recipe. It's not like KFC or McDonald's, but it's like it's pretty close to like McDonald's fries, I feel like. They're pretty close together, so maybe Wendy's like just below McDonald's, but it's pretty close. I feel like Wendy's has definitely stepped up their fry game, so to speak.
Well, it's not the only time that companies have tried to rebrand what they already have done. Now, in the early 80s, and I'm dating myself, now people that are older remember this, that Coca-Cola had the same formula forever. And then they put out what they call New Coke.
Yep.
And the people hated it. It was a little sweeter. It was like flatter and sweeter, if my memory serves me. But it didn't fly at all. And people went nuts. And then they came out with, they put back Coca-Cola Classic. So if you're, I don't know if you see when it says Coca-Cola, it says Coca-Cola Classic. I think it still has it on there.
No, actually it doesn't anymore. But because they got rid of the New Coke, I think they turned it to Coke 2 and then discontinued it, if I remember. Because I actually, I read up on New Coke, so they changed it to Coke 2 and then discontinued that, and then
it was a colossal marketing failure. It just did not work at all. And it's one of those things that if you study marketing, it was one of the biggest flops in marketing history. It was really interesting. Now, Pepsi tried what they call clear soda at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Pepsi Clear.
Clear.
It was weird. It didn't taste good, and it did not last that long, although it was promoted massively. I remember it was a big, huge promotion. I remember in the 90s, Burger King changed their fries.
Yeah.
And they were saying they'll stay hotter longer, so when you get home with the fries, they'll still be hot and crispy. Yeah. And I remember a lot of people got upset. I didn't think they were that bad, though. So when you look at some of the things that companies have done, I think some have been hit.
Some have been hits, some have been misses.
Some have been misses. So, Joe, your thoughts on, I believe I know the answer, but your thoughts on the Wendy's, hit or miss?
I feel like they're a hit, but that's just based on my taste and based on what I've thought of the Wendy's fries in the past. So.
Yeah, I remember the Wendy's fries never really overwhelmed me, which is good for someone like me because I love fries and I don't want to eat fries all the time. So when the bag came in the car, I would always kind of go, all right, you can have the Wendy's fries. Now with these new fries, I want to dig my hand in that bag because that looks pretty good. And they're actually really good. So Joe is a thumbs up on that one?
Yep.
Yeah, so am I. I'm a thumbs up here. So I think we got a 2 thumbs up on the Wendy's fries. So if you have an opportunity to grab them, we are endorsing it, right? And who knows, maybe Wendy's will be a sponsor, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, right. You're right. We need some more listeners to get that going, right?
Yeah, we could do.
We could do a live commercial for them, right? We can go, hey, come on over to Wendy's.
Where
we got great fries.
That doesn't sound like a good commercial.
Well, no, they usually give a.
I know.
In podcasting, they give
a script. Yeah, I know, but like that script would not be good.
Well, John, I'm not a script writer.
I know.
I could read the script.
I know, but like you can't.
I know I'm ruining.
Yeah, I know, but like, I know, but like, script writing is in and of itself a difficult thing. We actually kind of learn about that in like the broadcasting thing.
Did you really?
How like, how to like we they have to like write a script for some of their shows, and we've actually kind of learned, like, how, to, like, you have to, like, come up with an idea, you have to, like, write it, you have to, like, have, like, what each person is saying, like, their actions in the whole, their actions, their emotions, all those kind of things, and for like movies and TV shows even.
But for let's just say a script for a commercial.
A commercial kind of has to depends on what they're doing. Like if it's audio, it doesn't really matter. Like they have to have like a certain tone of voice, but I don't think it really matters like how they look, like their emotion. But like if you're having like a commercial, like a live commercial, it probably does matter. I'd assume it matters like how the characters look and feel. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they probably have to write down like all their actions, their lines, those kind of things.
I would imagine when you're doing a commercial for radio, right? Let's say a radio ad. Let's just say our podcast grows, right? And someone comes to us with a radio ad.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So now we're mid-podcast. So now we're in the middle of talking about whatever we're talking about. And most likely it's French fries. So we're in the middle of a French fry conversation, and we have to keep the attention of the audience in a short span of maybe 30 seconds to a minute, right? So yeah. I would believe that it's got to be set. The actual copy, the read, has to be set in a way where it's grabbing your attention, right?
Yeah, that too.
Keeping your attention, and then they like to call a call of action. Did they ever use one of those terms?
Yes, I've actually, a call of action too. And, yeah, like, they have like the whole, they have to grab your attention, they have to know what you're trying to do, and they have to try to get you to, do it.
Yeah, and I know a lot of radio commercials, what they do is, or podcasting for that matter, because I do like listening to them. What they'll do is the call to action is usually like a code. Like, use code Joe and John for 20% off.
Or what? I actually do that in YouTube videos too. I've actually seen quite a few of those too.
So Joe, maybe next podcast you and I can do fake ads. Until we get real ads. Yeah. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, we could do that.
So you gotta pick a product.
Yeah.
We'll write copy, and we'll give free advertising for whatever we like. Until someone comes to us and says, could you read our copy? You have a lot of listeners. So like and share so we can read commercials. That's something we really want to do, right, Joe?
Yeah, I guess so.
Anything else on those fries?
Well, yeah, they definitely were more fresh too. They kind of had more of like a fresh taste to them. And overall, Wendy's fries were always kind of like weird tasting. They got rid of that. So that was kind of something that I liked about them. Like, that like weird taste that Wendy's fries used to have? They got kind of rid of that, and they replaced it with like a better taste overall.
So, all right, so to wrap up the segment, 1, the Wendy's fries. You all right there, buddy?
All right.
So the Wendy's fries are a thumbs up. And you know what? I would say thumbs up too. So it's 2 thumbs up. And the second thing we want to talk about is ad copy. So we want to read ads, okay? So we need, right?
Okay.
We need advertisers.
Yeah.
And if we don't, so if we don't get an advertiser within the next week, we're going to write our own copy.
Let's do it.
And we'll practice it.
Let's do it.
We'll practice it for the audience. And if you hate it, you tell us. If you like it, we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for this segment. And we'll see you at the next one.
Hey guys, welcome to our IRL segment, and today we're going to be going in our
Cherokee Studios, right, Joe?
Yeah, which has been recently fixed, I think, right?
No, it hasn't been fixed. I still got to fix it. But you know what happens is this Jeep Cherokee Studios right now has a very particular computer issue that goes on and off intermittently, and I noticed it's with the weather. So I only have maybe a week or two to get this done, Joe, because once it gets cold, then my computer system goes all haywire. So I don't have much more time, so I got to get this thing to the shop ASAP. I tried to get it done, but the guy said they didn't have the part, so anyways, that's another issue. So, what do you want to talk about in this IRL, Joe?
Let's talk about different flags. Have you ever noticed how each country has a really cool flag? Like, personally, I love my favorite country, my favorite flag is probably has to be the Swedish flag. I just love it. I like the cross. I like the blue with the yellow. I like how they kind of go together. Overall, I love that flag. Dad, what's your favorite country flag?
Well, I have to be. I'm partial to the United States. I love the flag. I love the red, white, and blue. I love the stars. I love the stripes. I like how the stripes represent the 13 colonies, and I like how the stars represent the 50 states. I think it's the perfect flag out there. But I do like the Swedish one. I do like that a lot. And I would guess, Joe, that you really love the Olympics then.
Yeah,
they show every flag.
Yeah, they show all the flags there. I love that. I also like how like they always have like these like grand events at the Olympics. They have like these like fireworks shows. They like the torch with the can, like the large torch, and they like light it, and they're like, let the games begin. You know, I love the Olympics. I like watching them sometimes.
Do you like the summer or the winter?
I like the summer better. Like the winter ones I've never really watched, but the summer ones I kind of like.
I've always been partial to the winter, and it's because I used to love the Olympic hockey. And I'm a hockey fan, so I always love the Olympic hockey, and I like the ice skating. To me, when I see the figure skating and the speed skating, because I am so impressed with their ability to do what they do. The speed skating is this. These guys got the biggest freaking tree trunk legs I've ever seen. And the figure skating, these people are doing jumps, twirling 4 times and landing back on their feet. And then we watch and go, oh, they fell. Are you kidding me? I could barely skate. These people are jumping, spinning, and they're amazing.
Yeah, they have to train like really hard for that, as well as like even like the Summer Olympics too. Like the gymnastics competitions are really fun to watch. I like watching the swimming. Like, you know, it was kind of like
swimming's a good one. Yeah, all right, I see that. I see why you like the summer, and I do like this the sprints. Mm-hmm. I like the running competitions. Yeah. I mean, these people could fly with their legs. I mean, they're so powerful and so fast. It's really fun to watch. So, yeah, I mean, Olympics are awesome. And I can't believe we went from flags to the Olympics. So, but now, what else would you like to talk about, Joe, as far as the podcast and how to grow it?
Yeah, the best way to grow our podcast is to give us a like and just kind of like follow it, you know, make sure that you always know when a new episode's going to be out, and always just kind of like try to leave a review. Like if possible, you want to like leave just just a rating, like just kind of say like 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, whatever you rate it. And
now I didn't
2 out of 5, you know, whatever. Like just kind of leave a rating, leave reviews.
I haven't looked at the statistics, Joe. You have pretty much the control of the statistics on it, but it has grown steadily each week. I don't know how last week's did, so I hope it went okay. But we didn't do a crazy amount of promotion to last week's. But I love the fact that it's growing. That means there is a listenership. So now the one thing we would love to have is all the people that haven't done it yet, go onto the Apple Podcast, especially if you're listening from Apple Podcasts, and give it a rating and a little comment. It takes 2 seconds. You type it in, you send it off. It really, really helps us out because, you know, we want to grow the podcast. So whatever feedback you can give us, it will definitely help us out. I think next week we'll have a Thanksgiving special, right, Joe?
Yeah, we will.
We are closing on Thanksgiving right now, and then we're going to be rolling into the holidays.
Okay.
All right?
We can do that. Okay.
So listen, everyone, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks.
And thank you so much for being a part, letting us be a part of your life and listening in. And I hope you all learn something and enjoy listening to Joe and I.
Okay. Yep. I hope you enjoy this, and we'll be
care.
out.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. And that concludes our podcast. Now, the only reason we uploaded today was actually because, like I said, like we said in the podcast, my dad was obviously away, but, usually we'll try to upload on Saturdays, so just be sure to, if you don't really want to, like, click the follow button, just make sure to, like, look at it on Saturdays. We will usually have a new episode then, and, Saturday. Bye!